Welcome to the Chemistry Live channel. Today we are discuss the synthesis of methyl salicylate. In previous practical session we already discussed the synthesis of vinyl salicylate. It's called Salol. The difference between these two reactions and synthesis is here we have a CH3 group, OCH3, and over there we have O phenyl ring. It means phenol group. Here we use alcohol and over there we have already used phenol. So let's quick jump to our basic introduction of that methyl salicylate. So in the background, the methyl salicylate is an organic compound having C8H8O3 formula, which also known as a oil of wintergreen or wintergreen oil due to its unique odor like minty, sweety and fruity, and it's reminiscent of root beer. It is produced by the species of plant, particularly wintergreens. The product is used to treat a minor ache and pain of a muscle joints such as arthritis, backache and sprains. Methanol and methyl salicylate work by causing the skin to feel cool and then warm. This feeling on the skin distracts you from the feeling of the ache and pain deeper in your muscle and joints. Signs of allergic reaction is this, like rashes, hives, itching, red swelling, blister, lots of like the common sign. But the complicated side effect sign is skin irritation and redness. Here you also feel the throat in problems, swelling of the mouth, face. So let's quick shift to the in principle section. We have to take a look about when acid react with alcohol form ester. This reaction is known as condensation reaction because here the elimination of water is happens. The elimination of water due to the reactant or as a byproduct. So that reaction is also called esterification reaction. So the reaction between salicylic acid and methanol in presence of sulfuric acid as a catalyst yield in a methyl salicylate, so its wintergreen oil, called Fischer esterification. So this Fischer esterification, what is the Fischer esterification? We'll take a look in deeper in the reaction as well as the mechanism section. So in the requirement we need salicylic acid, methanol and sulfuric acid. Here we have predefined or given table. In that we have taken 10 gram of salicylic acid, 28 ml of methanol and 3 ml of sulfuric acid. But we want to proceed for that experiment taking 5 gram of salicylic acid. So here if we want to see of salicylic acid, we have to divide the given weight, so weight of salicylic acid divided by molecular weight of salicylic acid. So for that manner, if we do 5 divided by 138.12 is equal to 0.036. That 0.036 is a CS. So if we want F, so what will we proceed? We proceed with CS into E. So CS is equal to 0.036 and E is equal to 9.91. So here we get 0.35. So from that 0.35, if we want a H, which is volume of the methanol, so we proceed with the multiplication of the F and G. So it's equal to 0.35 multiplied with 32.04, the molecular weight of methanol, and the final we get the weight of methanol is 11.4 gram. But here we need to take a methanol in a ml. So we divide with the density, which is 0.0789, and is equal to, we get the weight of methanol is about 14.5 ml. So now we'll switch to that weight of that sulfuric acid, how much amount we take the sulfuric acid. For that purpose we need to have a J value. So for the J value we must have a CS multiplied by I. So the CS value is again 0.036 and the I value is 0.73. If we multiply it, we will get the value 0.026. That 0.026 value, if we put like J into K, so if we put the value 0.026 multiply with 98, the molecular weight of sulfuric acid, we have 2.58 gram. But the density of sulfuric acid is 1.83. So when divided with the density of sulfuric acid, we have 1.41 ml. So that is our way of sulfuric acid, volume of sulfuric acid, volume of methanol. So if we want to start an experiment with 5 gram of salicylic acid, we must have 14.5 ml of methanol and 1.41 ml of sulfuric acid. It's a concentrated sulfuric acid. So next we'll switch to the reaction scheme. So in reaction scheme, it is very visible and very clear that OH first abstract the proton from the sulfuric acid, and then this lone pair is attacked here, any one of the hydrogen, and then we'll got our product through many cyclization steps and many mechanistic steps. So look deeper into that, how they are produced We first look the Fischer esterification reaction mechanism, the common Fischer esterification reaction mechanism. So we'll switch to that one. This is a common reaction mechanism. Here we see acid, alcohol, acid attack, and we get our ester and water molecule as a byproduct. So how it's proceed? That lone pair attacks toward that protonated alcohol. And how we get the protonated alcohol? The protonated alcohol comes from the alcohol react with concentrated acid, it becomes a protonated, and then protonated alcohol, the proton was abstract by the carbonyl carbon of that carboxylic acid, and it's become a positive, and it have a positive charge. After the positive charge, that migration of the bond pair to the lone pair, and we will get here the electron deficient carbon. And from here we start our mechanism. The lone pair of the alcohol just attack to the electron deficient carbon, and after that it's directly joined in ROH form with the carbon. But here the oxygen having that positive charge, it somehow accumulate the charge. So for that one, we must remove the bond. In solution already ROH is present. So the lone pair attacks on the hydrogen, and the bond shifted again to the oxygen atom. So here we have this two lone pair simply like that, and we get again protonated alcohol. That protonated alcohol just come here again and attack to the lower hydroxy group. The lone pair attack towards the hydrogen, the bond pair shifted to the oxygen atom, and we'll get the intermediate having OH2, that is OH2. In that case, again, that is very complicated. So that transfer first here, like the bond pair shifted the lone pair of that oxygen atom, and then the carbon become deficient. So that lone pair shifted to the here in a bond pair, and we will get like that bond. So here I'll show the bond in yellow color because the lone pair shifted here, and there is a carbon atom. The valency is now complete. But here we got the water molecule, so we shown here the water molecule. Again this OH bond is labile. So here again one situation comes across us, because here again is a positive charge. So that for that one, this bond pair shifted to the here, and this hydrogen is removed. When hydrogen is removed, again we get our lone pair, and here you see the OH is removed and we get OR dash. So that is our ester. So that is this process of mechanism is called Fischer esterification, because here we have a protonated alcohol, and the protonated alcohol used twice time in the reaction, and we get our ester. So without any wasting more time, we'll switch to our mechanism of methyl salicylate. So in the methyl salicylate mechanism, we proceed actually same step as Fischer esterification. So in the Fischer esterification, first we need to have a protonated alcohol or protonated methanol. For that purpose, we have an attack of H+ on the methanol. So we'll get protonated methanol. That protonated methanol, when it comes to the contact with salicylic acid, the lone pair of carboxylic group is directly attacked to the hydrogen atoms, and it will become protonated. So here for our conveniency, I will, if you show anywhere the pH in blue, so that is this type, this group, at the end we will restore this. So now from here we get a positive charge. Again the same mechanism is follow. It's shifted here, so it's become a negative, or the carbon is become electron deficient, and the lone pair attacked over here and make a bond. After the bond formation, it also possesses the hydrogen. So again the methanol molecule comes to contact with it, and the lone pair of oxygen abstract the proton from here, and the bond pair shifted to the lone pair of the oxygen atom. So this is the first intermediate, this is the second intermediate. The second intermediate, when it comes to the contact with the protonated alcohol, the lone pair again attacks to the hydrogen atom, and the bond pair shifted to the oxygen atom to fulfill the requirement of the positive charge. So the positive charge is just removed from here, and here we get OH2, another derivative or another intermediate having a OH2 group. So here first, because it's here the positive charge, that bond is shifted here first, and then that carbon becomes electron deficient, so the lone pair also shifted towards here. When the bond pair and lone pair shifted towards here, the oxygen becomes positive charge or having deficiency, so it is shifted towards the oxygen atom, the H bond pair, and we got our compound is called methyl salicylate and water molecule. So that is about the reaction mechanism of that methyl salicylate. So now we take a look at procedure how to prepare methyl salicylate. So in the procedure section, weigh 10 gram of salicylic acid and make soluble in 250 ml round bottom flask. So what we need? We need 10 gram salicylic acid, required methanol, which we calculate in the mole ratio section, and add 3 ml concentrated sulfuric acid. Reflux this whole assembly till 2 hours. Distill the excess alcohol on the water bath, allow to cool it. Add 50 to 60 ml of water in a separating funnel and separate it out thoroughly, because it's difficult to separate that kind of stuff. We need to add carbon tetrachloride because the density of the ester layer and the water layer very near. That's why we have to use carbon tetrachloride to separate it in a good manner. After the addition, carefully collect the lower layer and add 5 gram of magnesium sulfate to absorb the water from that carbon tetrachloride layer. Add the solution to round bottom flask, set the separation assembly, and first collect the carbon tetrachloride and then collect the methyl salicylate at 221 to 224 degrees centigrade. The product yield is 81% and is 8.1 gram. Is 8.1 gram because the density of 1.17 gram per centimeter cube. So is equal to 6.9 ml we receive. In the next section, we have a deal with a calculation. In the starting reagent is salicylic acid. Molecular weight of salicylic acid is C7H6O3. The molecular weight of methyl salicylate is C8H8O3 because there is only, you see here the only CH2 more compared to the starting reagent. The molecular weight is 138.12 gram per mole. The molecular weight of methyl salicylate is 152.15 gram per mole. What is mean to say? It mean to say if you take 138.12 gram salicylic acid, it will be converted into the 152.15 gram of methyl salicylate. But what about if we take 5 gram salicylic acid? That we don't know. So where we fill the calculation, we get a B is a theoretical yield, and here in practical yield we get ml. So our practical is in ml. So for that one, we have multiply with the density. When we multiply with density, we get the C. So C is equal to 3.7 ml multiplied with the density. Whatever we get here divided by B and then multiply with 100, we'll got our percentage yield. So that is the actual percentage yield. So do not take directly that this 3.7 ml divided by the B gram. So it is incorrect. So you have to convert first in the gram and then divide it with our theoretical yield and we'll get a percentage. So the final our characterization is a IR, mass and NMR. So first take a look of IR characterization. In the IR there is a peak between 3200 to 3400. You must account this peak and just think about from which is belonging. Okay, we have OH, we have a COO ester group as well. Here this you are aware guys with that one because it's pretty simple. Here that also is pretty simple and that peak is something different. So you have also take a look of that peak. So the C peak you have to identify and write it down. The next is the characterization through the mass spectrum. So the mass spectrum here you take a look, there is our 152. So here we get a 152.15 or 152 is fine for here, and here another relative intensity is about 20% and we got 153. The M by Z ratio. So the M by Z ratio F52 is M plus and here is M plus 1 peak. So through that we can conclude, yes, we have a M plus 1 peak. It means we have our methyl salicylate compound. In the NMR characterization, here we see that OH is 15.2. It is highest one. Why it's 15.2? We already discussed in that phenyl salicylate section. Here the 3.95 we get a singlet because of 3H of terminal CH3. We are also aware with that one because it's terminal alkyl chain or alkane chain, there is should be 1 to 4.5 between. The benzene ring proton or the aromatic proton should be lie between 6 to 7 or 6 to 8. So there is we have multiplate, we can say 6 to 8. Let's assume 6 to 8, so 6.9 to 7.45 we have multiplate of 4H and here the 1H. So what we get here, if we write it down here, there is a NMR delta 3H, it's where 3.95 ppm. The multiplate is where multiplate is 6.9 to 7.45 ppm and the singlet is 15.02. That is actually predicted NMR, but it should be a resemblance with the actual NMR. So at the end we have a result table. In result table you have to write all the information which you taken from that experiment section. From the IR, mass and NMR characterization, we conclude that we have in this one aromatic OH group as well as C double bond OOCH3 ester group. That confirms that the compound is methyl salicylate, and the percentage yield which we get from the calculation portion we have to write it down here. At the end, the references which I used to complete that PowerPoint and the presentation. And at the end, thank you guys for the watching. If you have any doubt, just ask me in comment section. Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get notification soon.